Hello everyone, in this video I will show you how to distinguish between three words: ability, capacity and capability. If you want to receive more of this content, please subscribe to the channel below and hit the notification bell. Let's first have a look at these examples from renowned periodicals.
1. The agency's ability to thwart gun violence is hamstrung by legislative restrictions and by loopholes in federal gun laws. 2. The road to nuclear war requires that at least one of the actors should possess the capability to strike with nuclear weapons. 3. Coating of tomato fruit with gum arabic has been found to delay the ripening process and maintain the antioxidant capacity.
As you can see, these words can be used sometimes as synonyms, but are often confusing. All three are frequently used to refer to one's power to perform an action. For example, one might have the ability or the capacity or the capability to read 2 books in 1 week. So, what's the difference? Number 1, ability. Ability denotes actual as opposed to potential, skill, aptitude, or proficiency, either mental or physical, native or acquired. So ability primarily signifies the quality or the character of being able as to do or perform and is applied chiefly to human beings. For example, in the sentence,
everyone has the right to good medical care regardless of their ability to pay.
Ability is therefore an attribute that is either there or not. If someone is able to do something, they can do it, and it is not unusual or surprising if they do it. For example, in the sentence,
1. The doctor said that after a few days I'd be able to get out of bed. Or 2. Will you be able to play on Saturday?
This leads us to number 2, capacity. What is capacity? Capacity, on the other hand, denotes the potential to develop a skill, power, or proficiency, usually mental or intellectual, such as taking in impressions, ideas, and knowledge. It is rarely physical. So, basically, a capacity is a characteristic that one does or does not have, as opposed to develop or acquire ability. Capacity tends to be related to quantities and volume. For example, in the sentence,
the vehicle's fuel capacity is 120 gallons.
The vehicle's fuelability would not sound right. Take this second example.
My capacity is not sufficient for the proper handling of such subjects.
Also, both words, ability and capacity, are commonly used when referring to inanimate objects, such as physiological mechanisms or anatomical structures. Example,
the ability capacity of the liver to clear the body of these toxins.
Capacity, in its corresponding sense, means the power or the potentiality of receiving, holding, or accomplishing something expressed or understood, and is said of persons or things. Thus, one may speak of the child's ability to learn, but not of the whole's ability to see 2,000 people. On the other hand, a child's mental capacity and the whole that has a seating capacity of 2,000 are both acceptable. So, in general, ability suggests actual or manifest power, whether native or acquired, whether exercised or not. Capacity, on the other hand, stresses receptiveness, or in reference to a man's intellectual, moral, or spiritual nature. Consider this example.
A woman of her ability will easily find a job. 2. She has an enormous capacity for hard work. 3. Our capacity for giving care, love and attention is limited.
Thus, the ability to pay, to work, is not identical to the capacity for work and for payment. In other words, if someone is capable of something, they usually do not do it, but it is possible for them to do it if they want to. Again, look at these examples.
1. I'm sure he's quite capable of getting here on time, but he can't be bothered. 2. The power station is capable of generating enough electricity for the whole region.
Let's go back to the previous examples. One can work because strong or trained. One can pay because has the money. In the second group, capacity means the readiness to work as hard if necessary. Now we move to the third term, capability. What is capability? Capability refers to the highest level of ability that could be demonstrated under the right conditions. For example,
1. I have the ability to run. 2. I have the capacity to run a 100 meters race in 18 seconds. 3. I have the capability to improve my capacity through training to 15 seconds.
So capability is often a character in a person, arising from the possession of the qualities or the qualifications necessary to the performance of a certain kind of work or the achievement of a given end. Capability may sometimes mean competence, a special competence. Competence is the quality or the state of being functionally adequate or having sufficient knowledge, strength, and skill to deliver what is required. Of course, this connotation is supplied by the context. Let's look at these examples.
1. Age affects the range of a person's capabilities. 2. People experience differences in physical and mental capability depending on the time of day. 3. Animals in a zoo have lost the capability to catching food for themselves.
So, capability often refers to extremes of ability or faculty which can be improved upon. For instance, if you say that you have the ability to write well, I will ask you if you have the capacity to write 10-page essay by tomorrow. Also, capabilities tend to be either-or propositions, while ability tends to come in degrees. For example,
1. While I have the ability to write, I don't have the capability to write a novel. 2. A runner may finish a marathon in 3 hours, but may through training have the capability to complete a course in less than 2.5 hours. 3. A business decision maker demonstrates the ability to make good decisions, but could make excellent decisions if provided with sufficient relevant information.
So, in a certain way, capability is the articulation of capacity. However, whereas the use of capability instead of ability is accepted, sometimes the use of capability in the place of capacity is incorrect. Now that we have an idea about the difference between ability, capacity, and capability, I will give you some grammatical tips on the use of the word ability. Please observe these two sentences.
1. These machines are destroying our ability of thinking. 2. These machines are destroying our ability to think.
The first sentence is grammatically wrong. We say ability to do something, not of doing. Example:
nobody doubts his ability to get the job done. We need someone with the ability to work under pressure.
Also,
I want to improve my reading ability. Same for writing, teaching, etc. Her acting ability was recognized at a very early age.
Don't say,
I want to improve my ability of English.
Rather say,
I want to improve my ability in English. We say, ability in a language or subject, maths and chemistry.
Until I see you in the next video, remember, together we learn more and we think deeper. If you want to receive more of this content, please subscribe to the channel below and hit the notification bell.